Alrighty. Well, hey, good morning, everyone. Welcome to the Monterey Bay Aquarium here live on YouTube for our very first YouTube live here, walking around with the cell phone. My name's Patrick. I work at the aquarium here in social media. And welcome, everyone. Thank you so much for being there. Feel free to ask any questions. We are going to go inside the aquarium, just walk around, just say hello to the building this morning. It is a fantastic, gorgeous Monterey morning here. We've just got the clouds parting right now. The sun is coming out, and we are about to walk inside to your very own Monterey. And we want to thank you so much, everyone. Hi, I'm Patrick. Thank you so much for following us at the Monterey Bay Aquarium here on YouTube. Thanks so much for being all around the social media feeds. We're going to try to do some more of these things for the YouTube folks out there. Thanks to the YouTube folks for having us up in San Bruno earlier. Hey, from Michigan. Awesome. Thanks for joining us, Mary. And so we're going to try to do a little bit more live streaming here for all of you folks out there on YouTube. So with that, enough of my face. We're not here to see my face. We're here to see the aquarium. And I don't know if you can hear on the stream, but there is some loud pitch squealing that is happening right now. If you listen carefully, you can hear the squealing, and that is a baby sea otter that is behind the scenes right now being taken care of by our sea otter rescue team. And we are going to walk in to the building right now. Hey, Shiznetta, thanks for being there. Well, you are here with us today right now, walking in to the aquarium. We've got Jesus over here making sure everything looks awesome. Say hello to everybody on YouTube there, Jesus. Yeah, he's there. All right, awesome. We're here inside the main building right now, looking at Main Street here for the aquarium. And this building that we're inside right now used to be a sardine cannery. Over here on the left side, you can see we've got these boilers here. These would have produced the steam that would help run the machinery, and also to cook the fish inside their cans. Lots of stuff happening here with these boilers. And then those are what's connected to the smokestacks that go all the way up there to the top. Now, these smokestacks do nothing right now. Oh, hey, from the UK, Ricky. Awesome. Hope to see you one of these days here as well. We've got lots of friends from the UK. We did BBC's Big Blue Live when they were around, so hope we can see you here as well. So these smokestacks, by the way, they do nothing right now. They would have just been there to get the steam out and the smoke out, hence the term smokestack, of course. But these are now sealed off on top. They don't do anything except be a fantastic perch for peregrine falcons to swoop down out off the back deck to go and grab any of the pigeons that are hanging out on the outside. And they're also really good for boaters, for navigators. If they're out there on the bay, they can line themselves up with the aquarium and know where they are out there. So as we walk through the aquarium right now, you can see we've got this beautiful view there of the back deck. And right now, something pretty special, everyone. So we have these big catch flags that are up here right now. We have a sister aquarium in Japan, Aquamarine Fukushima. And these big catch flags historically would have been bright, colorful flags that would celebrate catching a lot of seafood as the fishermen were coming back in to the harbor, let everyone know that they were successful out there. Nowadays, the big catch flags are celebrating sustainable seafood. And so you can see it's school kids and professional artists that are making happy oceans and lots of different basically, praises of sustainable seafood, of sustainable fisheries. Oh, you just got back from Japan on Tuesday. Awesome, Shiznetta. Well, Japan has some of the most aquariums per capita in the world. And actually, most of our windows that we have here at the aquarium are made in Japan, especially the big ones in the Open Sea Exhibit, if you've ever been there. So anyway, this is celebrating our Japanese sister aquarium right now. These are not up all the time, so if you're here in a few months, they might come down. But anyway. Ooh, hello from Chicago. Hey, Armin, Asmi, thank you so much for being there. Thanks for watching all the live cams, and we hope to see you again soon at the aquarium. Now, very quickly, we're here up underneath some pretty cool storytelling happening in the rafters above. We have these giant orcas when you enter the building. This is a big male killer whale. On the other side of the bridge is the female and the young killer whale, the orcas. Your husband proposed in front of the Open Sea Exhibit. Oh my goodness gracious. Well, congratulations. Thank you so much for sharing that amazing moment with us here at the aquarium. And we have quite a few folks that end up proposing here or go on first dates here. So if you're out there watching the live stream and you are an aquarium couple, let us know. Do we work much with the Shed Aquarium in Chicago? Yes, we do, Armin. In particular, you may have heard the screaming sea otter that we had out there just a moment ago. The Shed Aquarium is one of the many aquariums that helps support our sea otter program. When sea otters are stranding from the wild out here, they wash up on the beach. They come here to the aquarium. Hopefully we can release them back out into the wild, or we find a forever home for them. And so Shed Aquarium is an amazing place that takes care of sea otters. And actually, we have a sea otter aquarist going by right there. There's Eric. He works with all of our folks there at the Shed Aquarium. Awesome. Okay, so something else real quick we should just point out is that the aquarium was founded by David and Lucille Packard. David Packard of Hewlett-Packard, and Julie Packard is still our director today. But so this was actually funded to the tune of $55 million back in 1984 by the Packard and the Packard Foundation. And they thought that maybe 200,000 people would visit in the first year to the aquarium. They thought that it would cost maybe $20 million to build. They were wrong on both counts, $55 million to build, but instead of 200,000 people visiting, we've been very close to 2 million people visiting this aquarium ever since we opened in 1984. And it's thanks to all of you folks out there that we're able to do the conservation work that we do, from the Seafood Watch program, that sustainable seafood pocket guide you've probably seen in your neck of the woods nowadays. Also the Sea Otter program. We'll go see the sea otters here in just a second. That's thanks to all of you folks supporting us at the aquarium, as well as supporting legislation to help protect the wild Monterey Bay, make it the first marine sanctuary here off the coast. So yeah, this initial investment by David Packard and the Packard family has given all of us a really good chance at helping the ocean on into the future for those next generations. And that's all thanks to you folks visiting us at the aquarium. Fun little fact, Lucille here is the one who started our volunteer program, and it is Volunteer Appreciation Month here at the aquarium. I think we're still in the middle of National Volunteer Week, and so Lucille is the one who started that program. She's also the one who did a lot of the interior design and picked out the Mozambique shale that you see right here in the main entrance. So we have Lucille to thank for that. Okay, so I was mentioning some of the storytelling we have going on here. We've got the orcas that are up here, and they are bisected by this bridge. The bridge, when we first opened, was not here. If you folks tune in to Star Trek 4, here, let me flip this around so we got a little bit more engagement there. Hey, everyone. So the bridge that you see here behind me, this was not here when we first opened in 1984. That went in when we opened the other building, which is over here on this side. I should point out, over there is the open sea wing. That opened in 1996. And so this bridge you see here behind me is currently cutting through the orcas on either side. But historically, the orcas were actually facing this way, and they were going after the gray whales that are hiding there in the background. So actually out here on the wild Monterey Bay, we've been seeing some orcas. We've been seeing some of those gray whales going after, the orcas going after the gray whale babies. And so that's what this story is up here with the orca right there. We don't have any in any exhibits because we have the world's largest true ocean exhibit at any aquarium, which is actually the wild Pacific Ocean in the Monterey Bay. So there's that little bit of storytelling right there. The killer whales are inside the giant kelp. They're looking for the gray whales, and she, the big female, is hiding there on the other side with her calf. Okay, so what we're gonna do right now, everyone, is we are gonna walk towards sort of what started it, the whole thing for me at the aquarium is the Sea Otter exhibit. When I was 5 years old, I saw the sea otters here at the aquarium, and I decided I was going to be a marine biologist and work here. And we're just gonna step on upstairs. Got some folks that are here taking a look. Sea otter live on YouTube at the moment for the aquarium. So, hello. Oh, we've got Tom over here. We've got Tom here taking a look. Awesome. Tom is the one who keeps all of our animals and folks safe here at the aquarium. And there go the sea otters running on through. It's one of our brunettes. Let's see, it's probably gonna be Selka right here. And Selka is a very storied sea otter. She is a sea otter scientist, having gone to UC Santa Cruz to help folks learn more about how it is that sea otters are able to sense their environment. So she had her hearing studied at the Long Marine Lab, and now she's here at the aquarium. She actually survived a shark bite when she was released back out into the wild. A shark came over. There she is down there. Shark came over to investigate her to see if maybe she was a tasty fat seal, and that's not the case. Sea otters don't have blubber like dolphins and whales and seals and sea lions. So usually when a shark bites an otter, they realize very quickly that it is not a tasty morsel. Same thing with when they investigate a surfer, but obviously not so great to be bit by a shark. So Selka had to come back here to the aquarium, and then she ended up going to UC Santa Cruz for a little bit as well to study. And so these sea otters you have here, these are the only marine mammals we have at the aquarium, inside the aquarium, and these are all rescued sea otters that were found stranded on the beach and are now acting as surrogate mothers for other stranded pups. These otters couldn't be returned to the wild for behavioral reasons, for health reasons, but they now teach the pups how to survive out there in the wild. And this is my first time here on YouTube Live, and I'm not sure if I can get it to focus through the window. It's just focusing on the droplets here on the front. Well, in any case, we're gonna walk outside to go see maybe some wild sea otters. And here is that gray whale I was mentioning, the big female protecting her calf here on the side. There's actually a gray whale calf that washed up in '83, right before we opened the aquarium. So this gray whale, this is happening right now. We've got big females, we've got their young, they're migrating up from Baja, from Mexico. And they're trying to stay away from the orca. Oh, here, we got one last moment here with Selka. Oh, there she goes, right back down, perfect timing. Okay. Yeah, Shiznetta, it is a real skeleton here. We can head back to it just for a little bit. And I guess we are supposed to be very impressed here with the way that the hyoid arch, that particular bone right there, we need to be very impressed with how that is mounted. I believe it's the only place where that hyoid arch was mounted correctly historically. Lots of different whale skeletons are where it's not mounted exactly the way that that it should be. And so this is a baby gray whale that washed on the beach in '83. It was actually rather bloated and decomposing, and so there's some awesome video footage of someone putting their flensing spear into it and having it explode a whole bunch of putrefying guts. You know, those are the hazards of being a marine biologist. Over here are the vestigial hip bones that you can see where these whales evolved from a land animal. So those over there are the vestigial hip bones. If you're wondering about where it is that these big whales come from, these are essentially there's a fully marine deer or cows or hippopotamuses are fully marine if you feel like. So essentially a big marine cow you're looking at. If you're looking at a seal or a sea lion, you're essentially looking at a completely marine bear or dog or wolf. So they're in a separate family. And then if you're looking at a sea otter, you are essentially looking at a fully marine weasel. So these are in the weasel family. These are in the overall hippopotamus ungulate family eventually. And then you've got seals and sea lions that are in the carnivora group. So you're looking at marine bear or a sea doggo, as the internet has called them. All right, we're gonna walk down right now past the restaurant and cafe. Early morning here at the aquarium. We're about 30 minutes before opening. So the only folks that are in here right now is everybody making sure that the day is ready to go for all of you folks. And really one of the best parts, oh yeah, thanks Shiznetta. Yeah, lots of different animals have made their way back into the ocean, from being in the ocean, back on land and back out. Right now it's a very low tide that we have here off the back deck. And this is really one of the best parts of the aquarium. This is what we honestly love here at the aquarium, is we have this access to the wild Monterey Bay every single day. And we've got some sea otters that are hanging out right here, right off the back deck. Over here is the Monterey Abalone Company dinghy. So this little boat here goes down and collect kelp to feed the sustainable abalone farm that we have over there at the harbor. And this is Cannery Row here, everybody. This is a place that was the largest cannery, or the largest fishery in the world during World War II. It had about 250,000 tons of sardines and anchovies, other bait fish come in to those canneries every single year. Oh, how often do we see the sea lemon nudibranchs? That's a great question. If you were to go diving out here right now, you would see so many sea lemon nudibranchs. Those are, for those of you wondering, a nudibranch is a sea slug that has naked gills, and sea lemons are yellow, hence the term. But straight down here, we have had sea lemons in the Great Tide Pool previously. I don't see any at the moment. But yeah, it is a glorious low tide right now. If you were to go into any of the seagrass, this here is called Phylospadix, which is surf grass, but it is actually a protected species here along the coast. Tons of animals are living in the surf grass. We also have tons of seaweed here on the rocks. It is the 20th day of April, so we should of course have a stream here where we've got a whole bunch of seaweed here for all of you folks to enjoy. But this is the wild Monterey Bay. This pump house here you see used to go all the way out to where those two yellow buoys are. And the yellow buoys are where the water is pumped into the aquarium today, but that's where the fish used to be pumped into. And this whole building you see right here, this used to be a monument to the mining of the ocean for its resources. You know, going out into the ocean, go and collect those resources, take them out of the water, and to feed ourselves, to run the local economy. And you can do that for a long time, but if you're not managing it sustainably, then you can have a crash. And that's what happened here along Cannery Road. About 95% of fish disappeared within about 5 years in the mid-1940s. And so basically this whole area started falling apart. There weren't any more fish, there weren't any more jobs. And so that's why this building here became the Monterey Bay Aquarium at the largest cannery on Cannery Row. And now it is definitely the biggest aquarium in Monterey, but a world-renowned marine science institution. And are kelp phaeophytes? Yes, they are, but it depends which type. When we're looking down here, this green stuff you see right there, that's actually not a green or a brown algae. That's a red alga right there. I believe that's Mazziella. We have lots of red algae in here, but a little bit deeper, we've got some feather boa kelp, and those are going to be phaeophytes. And of course, the first rule, I really shouldn't be talking about this because the first rule of Phaeophyte Club is you don't talk about Phaeophyte Club. But the phaeophytes that are out here, that's just brown algae in general. But that's also going to include, if I'm not mistaken, of course, I could be mistaken. It is rather early in the morning. But heteroconophytes, phaeophytes, I believe that's the same thing. And that's also going to include brown algae like dinoflagellates. So it's not just the big kelp, but here's that giant kelp there on the surface and some of that feather boa kelp. I believe those are going to be your phaeophytes right there, if I'm not mistaken. And so everything that we have out here, here are a bunch of protected forefetch sea otters hanging out. Those sea otters are now a protected species, a threatened species on the endangered species list, but they live out here in abundance. We've got some sea otters hanging out over there as well. And this is really a place that has gone through a complete restoration, or at least reinvigoration of the natural environment from when it was basically fished out to now being one of the largest marine sanctuaries in the world, and now home to a sustainable business of ecotourism, of folks coming here to go diving, enjoying their time out here in the wild Monterey Bay. We see whales and seals and sea lions and dolphins and sea otters, things that weren't seen here in the Monterey Bay for a very long time. This bay is one of the most productive marine ecosystems on the planet, and we're very fortunate to have it in our backyard. We've got whale watch boats that are hanging out there to watch whales breathe instead of bringing them in to be sold in the market. And so this is really a place that can tell you that the ocean does get better when we try. And that's why we have our mission of ocean conservation here, everybody, is we know that the ocean does get better because it happened out here in our backyard. And we're so happy everyone out there on YouTube for watching us here live at the Monterey Bay Aquarium. Again, my name's Patrick. We're going to be doing more live streams here with different animals inside the building. If you also want to follow us around, we're on Facebook, we're on Twitter, we're on Periscope, we're on all that stuff. And so feel free to follow us wherever you feel like. We are going to do a little bit more A, B, C, D, LMNOP, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We'll be doing some more, no worries. So definitely leave a comment, let us know what kind of animals you want to see on a live stream. And otherwise, we hope to see you again at the Monterey Bay Aquarium, or if not, here live on YouTube. But thank you so much, everyone. And now I have to figure out how to turn this thing off. My first time doing it. So I'm gonna flip it back around, let you enjoy the beautiful Monterey Bay. Ooh, the kelp forest, awesome. We'll do some of that. So thank you so much everyone for following us, and we will see you again soon at the Monterey Bay Aquarium. Thanks everyone.